Welcome to Taekook Whispers, a place where the silence between Taehyung and Jungkook speaks louder than 1,000 rumors. Have you ever wondered why the two people who have been most consistent with each other are the ones constantly torn apart by false narratives? Every single day, they are paired with nearly the entire industry. One glance becomes evidence. One smile turns into a scandal. Absurd, exhausting, disgusting. And yet, beneath all that noise, one truth remains calm and unshaken. Tonight, we are not here for cheap sensations. We are here to observe moments that need no defense, moments that can only exist between two souls who truly know each other. Sit back, listen with your heart, and let the whispers of Taekook speak for themselves. It is truly outrageous, both infuriating and absurd, how Taehyung and Jungkook are continuously paired with almost everyone in the industry, yet never with each other. And yet, if there is one pairing whose consistency has never wavered, it is theirs. The situation would almost be comical if it weren't so exhausting and nauseating. Every day, a new rumor emerges, born from the smallest interaction imaginable. A glance, a photo, a single word. That is all it takes to set the internet ablaze with hollow headlines that serve no purpose beyond cheap sensationalism. It is as if merely breathing the same air as another artist is enough to be declared proof of a romantic relationship. This kind of logic is not only shallow, it is demeaning to their professionalism. Taehyung and Jungkook are K-pop idols, part of a massive industry that demands constant appearances at events, galas, and award shows. Meeting other artists, chatting, smiling in front of cameras, these are all part of the job. Normal, professional. And yet, there are still those who deliberately refuse to distinguish between friendly interaction and romantic involvement. Ironically, over the years, Taehyung and Jungkook have never once given any rational reason to believe they love anyone other than each other. And precisely because of that, the attempts to link them to anyone and everyone continue to be forced. It is disgusting and often cruel, because these fabricated pairings are created at random, without basis, without context, and without any sense of responsibility. If this pattern continues, it would not be surprising to wake up tomorrow to headlines claiming they are in love simply because they stood in the same room. Just yesterday alone, Taehyung was linked to 3 different women. Reading it left me unsure whether to laugh or cry. I laughed, but it was a tired laugh. The laugh of someone who realizes that the boundaries of sanity were crossed long ago. Wild theories about how they are all dating the same idol feel utterly surreal, as if there were a competition to see who could invent the most nonsensical rumor. At this point, it feels reasonable to hope that Taekook will one day take legal action. Because this is no longer just about image damage, it is about belittling their relationship, a genuine connection that is painfully obvious to anyone who has truly followed their journey. But the root of the problem runs far deeper than mere rumors. It all stems from a group of people who refuse to accept one simple reality. The narrative they have clung to for years has collapsed. They shout, point fingers in every direction, and claim Taehyung is involved with everyone, while deliberately closing their eyes to the truth standing right in front of them. The fact that Jimin is heterosexual has been revealed by his own partner and confirmed by the company. This fact was announced publicly. And yet, some fans still choose to hide within fantasy, refusing to see what is already clear. They are more comfortable living in a lie than facing the truth. To preserve that illusion, they fabricate, twist, and falsify relationships that do not even make sense. Taehyung is paired with anyone who stands too close, looks too long, or shares a stage with him. They cannot accept the collapse of their own narrative, so they create distractions to avoid reality. But no matter how hard they try, the truth remains unmoved. Taekook, a pairing so close, so coded, has given us some of the most honest and precious moments. One of them was a live stream that felt less like content and more like a window into their world. A rare moment when, without realizing it, they opened their hearts and allowed us to witness something real. It all began with a small detail that some might overlook, but which carries deep meaning for those who understand the Taekook story. They used Rave, a screen synchronization app popular among long-distance couples. Simple, yet intimate. A way to share time, even when separated by space. And there they were, Taehyung and Jungkook, moving through it all with an almost magical naturalness. Taehyung casually turned on the TV, Jungkook picked up the remote and searched for Winter Ahead. No grand dialogue, no exaggerated gestures. Just two people already accustomed to sharing the same emotional space. When Jungkook mentioned it, his voice softened. The compliment slipped out effortlessly, warm and sincere. "He's very handsome." Taehyung smiled, a smile that only appears when he feels safe. In that brief exchange, everything was clear without needing explanation. Then came the moment that stopped time. When the words, "I'll be with you," were spoken, Jungkook looked at Taehyung in a way that required no translation. A gaze that silently said, "He is mine." There was pride, affection, and devotion that could not be hidden. The eyes are the mirror of the soul, and in that moment, Jungkook's eyes told the entire story. For a few minutes, they forgot the camera was on. They allowed themselves to simply be who they are, two souls loving each other without conditions. Their gestures spoke in a language only they understood. Jungkook did not just praise Taehyung's looks, but also his masculinity, with a tone of respect and admiration born of mature love. His voice changed, deeper, warmer, as if every word was a confession that no longer needed to be hidden. Everything felt so natural that it was impossible to dismiss it as an act. That was not fan service. That was connection. Taekook has always been like this. To each other, they are the most precious presents, regardless of rumors, noise, or external narratives. Their uniqueness lies not in what is announced, but in what is created when they are together, the way they look at each other, laugh together, and find peace in one another's presence. The strength of their bond lies in the accumulation of small things, microgestures, pauses, silences, that, when combined, form an undeniable pattern. A subtle choreography that only they can perform. Their interactions have their own rhythm, an emotional routine that makes them appear as more than just colleagues or friends. And when that gaze appears again, the gaze that stops the world, everything feels complete. A fleeting moment that encapsulates years of trust, shared laughter, and silences that feel like home. What they share is not mere affection, but a bond built slowly, with respect and love that does not require public acknowledgement to be real. Taekook is real. And no rumor, theory, or noise can erase that truth. Truth is never loud. It lives in glances, pauses, and quiet understanding. Let the rumors fade. What is real endures. This is Taekook Whispers, where truth is whispered, not shouted.